Everyone, thank you for having me. My name is Toro Abdurrahimov. I am from Azerbaijan. I am a student of the International Accounting Management at the University of Siena. Today, I would like to show you a short video report which based on the context of 2020 Eumol Winter School. I am going to speak about the summarized three roundtables by the panelists who generally talk about the PSD2 and PSP payment service providers and discuss a question about that how PSD2 changed the initial legal framework for payment service providers and their impact in their countries. To begin, I would like to talk about the first roundtable in which the three panelists, the first panelist, the Miss Ivana Parish, Director of Financial Law Department in the Croatian National Bank. Miss Ivana has mentioned that even Croatia is newest member state of the European Union, Croatia has implemented PSD1 and PSD2 in Croatian banks. She also explained there was exempted of the credit institution under capital requirements by the Croatian Bank Association for the reconstruction and development. Croatian market had some troubles by the data privacy and protection payment service providers before, and then Croatian Bank Association joined the Berlin interface to increase the PSD2 level in Croatian market. So the second one of the PhD candidate, Mr. Nikita Divishenko, at the European University Institute in Florence, who is originally from Estonia. So he mentioned that Estonia is one of the smallest countries of European payment market. Only one from of the 13 payment institution obtained license a year ago in Estonia, but there is no losses has been registered in the payment service providers, even though it's unaffected by the pandemic. One negative side of Estonia Financial Supervisory Authority, there is no change of the implementation of the PSD2 to the national framework, but positive side is that it's being developed the payment services for fintech sector in Estonia. The last candidate, Mr. Yuri Terama from the University of Helsinki, Finland, he maintained that the Finland has the same system of the PSD2 with the Scandinavian countries such as Denmark of the Sweden. And this electronic payment services have been highly developed and implemented by the markets of this country. And also the cash have been less used in the Scandinavian countries, also in the Finland, and more electronic payment service have been used in these countries because of the local law. In the second panel, there were two panelists. Mr. Martin Mierski, who is the PhD researcher of the business law of the University of Vienna in Austria, and the second one, Mr. Peter Kotov, assistant professor, Charles University Prague in the Czech Republic. So Mr. Kutov has mentioned that PSD2 transportation has been adopted well in Czech Republic, and since there has been changes on the legal regulation on the payment services since 2017, Czech Republic payment acts have been replaced from the old to the new payment services. Payment transportation of the PSD2. So the Mr. Mierchki comment about the civil code has been applied in Austria before, and later bank institutions and payment service provider replaced into new services with the same with the German language system version. Despite of the different requirements of the European Council of Justice and the Supreme Court of the Justice in Austria, they provided general rules for consumer protection law. So payment services were seen accepted by the proposed changes of the conditions of the contract because of the between organization. Then another speaker of the Mr. Christian Konreder, who is the PhD attorney from Germany, couldn't join this meeting. We couldn't get some information about PSD2 implementation in Germany, but actually it was similar with the Austria. So I would like to talk about this last and third roundtable. There were three panelists, like Mr. Christos Gorstos, professor of the University of Athens in Greece, Mr. Fernando Zunzegio, assistant professor, Carlos University of Madrid in Spain, and Mr. Daniel Alvia, PhD teaching fellow in the Queen's Mary University of London, UK, UK. So Mr. Gorsko has begun his conversation with great example of his life. In the 80s, the PSD2 has been not developed. So he studied in the Switzerland and he received some money for support his education in the Switzerland. So he received money from Greece and he received money within 30 days. But today, when he checked that PSD2 has been developed, but today the people are able to get money at the same day with a small amount of the exemption during the transactions of the money. So that's why they have been developed PSD2 of electronic money institution and payment service provider. Subsequently, he added that Bank of the Greece had several numbers of main money institutions and also the payment service institution which develop payment services being dominated market by the banking sector. Mr. Fernando for Spain mentioned that the platforms have developed the payment service. For example, it's already available to use mobile phones and send money through the mobile phones. And also Spanish banks improved the system from the customer and customers are already sending money through their mobile devices. So last speaker, Mr. Daniel De Alvia, even he is Italian, he is working in the United Kingdom and he has the second nationality of the British. So he spoke more about the UK banking system. So he by dint of the mobile payments and other payment services of PSD2 and also the using of the cash transaction will also decrease in United Kingdom. Well, he also maintained that UK makes things done very fast. Everything is simplified because of the structure of United Kingdom banking system have the copy and the paste system. So, and also he's mentioned the structure of the building of the Financial Conduct Authority and Payment System Regularity, they are located on the same building. That's why it's easier to have this payment system regularity in the same building compared with other countries. Even then, obtaining other services, United Kingdom still try to develop their payment services and mobilize it. And also, they have been discussed that Brexit could be affected in the banking system of the United Kingdom. As you know that Brexit will affect the relationship between UK and European Union, including financial stability payments. So payment system, protection of consumers of payment services and other services between this country, they're controlled by the same law of the member states before. And also, but UK banking system members think that European Union are less developed on the capital market, and UK open banking system was highly developed across the world. So, even every professor of the three-round table sharing the incredible example of the PSD2 implementation and interesting aspect of the countries. Basically, I'm more excited about the United Kingdom because how the PSD2 implementation will be changed in the United Kingdom. I'm also interested that Brexit will influence in the system in the next future. But I like more UK system in the view of the fact that the UK has more strategic goals than European Union to develop banking system and payment transaction like a PSD2. So this is end of my summary of the three round tables regarding of the PSD2 implementation. I would like to thank to the professor Miss Gabriela Gimigliano for organizing these round tables with a different professor from all around the world. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye and take care and Merry Christmas.